Call me Frogfin because I'm greeting you from the lily pad. What's up, Identity 5 gamers? Today, we're getting back to watching some more South Korea Koa qualifiers. I think we did a little bit more of that yesterday. What the? Oh, that's just the edge of the thing. I really like this footage. I don't know. I think it's pretty funny and pretty unique. All these fishies following me around. Pretty cool stuff. But let's not waste any time. Let's get right back in to these Koa matches here. Here we go. Now we are continuing with the very first day of South Korea qualifiers. We're watching the third set of the first day. We're also going to be watching the fourth set as well. Should be pretty fun to take a look at here. We're going to be looking at U-1, which I believe played last year. And then we have PQQ. I almost want to say PQP, but that's PQQ, but one of the Q's is capital. That's interesting. But looking at the picture, we got a Weeping Clown round 1, which is very rare. You don't really see this character round 1 too often unless your name is RC Unpi. We've got Psychologist, Mage, and First Officer on the team as well. These are a bit more standard. Doctor, Mechanic, Enchantress, Antiquarian bans. Of course, Doctor seems to just be banned all the time, especially in South Korea. She's banned quite a bit in the other regions as well. But seems like she is very, very popular to be banned in South Korea. Almost every time I think she's banned in South Korea so far, which is fair. It's really interesting because I don't really see Doctor banned in rank too often, but I ban Doctor. My 3 bans, Doctor, Priestess, Seer, bro. I ban Doctor. And I will continue to ban Doctor because I hate Doctor. But to be fair, there are some characters that can deal with her, and a lot of the meta characters do not like Doctor. I think Cueist and Goatman... Cueist, Goatman, and Ivy are probably like 3 of the biggest examples. They hate Doctor, bro. But looking at it here, we're going to be seeing some pretty standard spawns across the board here. Goatman will be spawning left middle. Probably going to be chasing down... Ooh, I don't really know who we're going to go for first here. Probably the Weepy, I think. Probably the Weepy. Like, Neko, it's going to be really difficult to make those rockets work against a Goatman. Obviously, we've seen it done before from RC Unpi, but it is not easy by any means. We're going to be looking at a Detention Trump card Abnormal Goatman here, interestingly enough. We got Tide Knee Jerk on our Psychologist, Flywheel Tide on the Weeping, Borrowed Tide on the Officer, and then a Flywheel Borrowed Magician here. So, once again, Triple Tide seems to be the strategy to tie out here in the very first round, which I completely agree with. Triple Tide is kind of just... It's kind of been the meta, I think, ever since Koa 8, is you just, like, spam 3 Tide Tuners. I'm not really sure what it was like for previous Koas, but it's really interesting looking at today's meta and just how much Tide Tuner there is versus, like, maybe previous years where, I don't know, maybe you only had, like, 1 Tide Tuner. Especially in rank, where usually, at least in NEU, typically you only have 1 Tide Tuner to work with, which is a little interesting, unless you're on Top Asia. Usually Top Asia has 2 characters with Tide Tuner. It's usually one, like, God Rescuer, like a Merc, Grave, FO, something like that. And then you usually have, like, a backup, like an Aeroplanist or a Coordinator or, you know, one of those strong kiter characters that bring Tide, like Meteor and whatnot. But we do see that Goatman was potentially going to try to force out a watch to the Officer. I think he actually could have committed a little bit more here. But instead of chasing the Weeping Clown, we're actually going for the Magician here, which is interesting because I don't know if I fully agree with this. And Magician is Flywheel only. So they're actually keeping all of their Tide Tuners intact here by this Magician taking first kite, which means that whatever UN1's plan is here, it's like, it's working. It is definitely working. Like, this is definitely the ideal chase target that they wanted. That's going to be 2 cages here. This is already a good kite. Mage could mess up, and the ciphers would already be fine. Well, I say fine. They're actually a little bit slow thanks to the Goatman kind of rotating around, which, you know, that's why Goatman, once again, a lot of those energy bar characters usually are fine with getting rotated. But that's a 2nd cage kited out, which means this is going to be the Goatman's 4th cage. And if he doesn't get this hit right here, this is going to be really bad. Flywheel into Wand. Oh, this is not looking good for the Goatman. The only saving grace is he has Abnormal, but the next cage has to hit. That and also the Ciphers is quite slow from the side of these survivors, but he's also very far away from any Ciphers as well, which means it's going to be pretty difficult to get this to Abnormal. Let's see here. No more Wands, no more Flywheel. This will probably be the final cage here. Uh-oh. At this rate. Okay, never mind. We're good. I was about to say, this is going to be a 3 Cypher Kite from the Magician at this rate. Of course, SSI Boon? C-Boon? I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think I'll just call them SSI. I don't know. I really don't know what to call. Oh, Weeping already here for the rescue. Just gonna go for the early rocket just to get in here, it looks like. We're gonna break that cage here. Nice, we break the cage. This should be a very, very easy save. Bro, I got Magician again. I was like, Weeping, what are you doing? Save, bro. Save. And I see this gosh darn invisible Magician walking towards me like, oh, wait a minute. We're fine. Okay, here we go. Cage once more. Bonk. This is smart from the Goatman as well. It's very, very smart. Something you did there, you might be wondering, why is he not hitting right away? What he's doing is countering Tide Center. By keeping Magician standing still for longer, he can hit him, and then he won't go as far. So if, let's say, he hits the Magician right away there, the Magician would probably get, like, what, another extra second of distance. And by doing that, he saves, you know, 1 to 2% of decoding progress. It's stuff like that that pros really do. That is like you would call min-maxing or hyper-optimizations. That really help you get wins, I guess, or really help you in matches, because all those small little things that you do throughout a match can add up. We swing and we hit the Magician, so that's very, very good for our Goatman here. Unfortunately, we don't have the abnormal that we can use on anything here, especially since it would be a full 60% abnormal, which would be very nice, but the problem is he's dying so far away. Two Tide Turners have been used. Psychologist still has her Tide Turner. The question is, will he walk around? Looks like they're trying to rotate here because they're scared of a teleport here. But they're just going to kind of rotate around here until they can probably either heal up or find somebody to... What's the word? Find a person to kill or take Kite. Ideally, Ada wants to take Kite here just because she's 3 hits. But we're going to abnormal here maybe? Yep, we will abnormal. Is that 52? No, that's the 60% one. Okay. So that goes all the way down to 15, but they've already set up a 6 Cypher here. Ada, of course, is revealing herself to the Hunter because this is the person you want to take chase. This is the person they want to have chase right now. We do get a good hit onto the Psychologist right there, our Everlasting Dream Psychologist. But do we spot out the Weeping Clown? Yes, we do. Okay, this is much better for the Goatman here because, yeah, it only takes 1 down to kill. Ada, of course, does have Tide Center, but despite the 3 Cypher Kite, UN 1 Cypher Rush is very, very poor, I must say. We're actually just gonna get aggressive and keep hitting. Yeah, this is where they're kind of fumbling. The survivors, if this was in Japan or something, this would absolutely be a tie. The problem here is that no one can now save, and that is very, very bad. The Cypher Rush is also very, very bad from the side of these survivors because the Magician kited what, 4, 5? I think it was 5 cages, right? If you kite 5 cages, should be a 3 Cypher Kite, yes. But it felt like it was barely a 3 Cypher Kite. I don't know. It's just the Cypher Rush was pretty bad. The Officer made sense because the Officer did get chased. But for the Weeping, maybe the Weepings could also be slightly slow. But Ada had no excuse. I don't know if Ada's Cypher was like super far along, but it really does feel like the Cyphers were just a little bit too slow. We do get the rescue with our Officer, but he will go down for it. Ada, of course, on that 6th Cypher, or sorry, I guess I should say, is it the 7th? No, that is the 7th, yeah. The 7th Cypher. So actually pretty close, the 87% one. Where is the 87% Cypher? That is the question. That's not it right here. This should be 52. He won't abnormal. Let's see. This is tough because the 2 people that have to go rescue don't have borrowed. They don't. Goatman's constantly looking at the Cyphers. He knows Weeping Clown is back here. Weepy does have 1 rocket and a flywheel, but we've been spotted out by the Goatman. We rocket, but we're stuck inside. We're stuck inside. We're stuck inside. Let's see. Ooh, he's stuck back here. They do go for the pop. It'll be a cheeky flywheel. Cheeky flywheel. Beautiful cheeky flywheel. Now we're dead. Is the Ada on the gate or on the chair? That's the big question. That is the big question. He doesn't know where. The Goatman's gonna have to make a choice. I think I do what he's gonna do. He might cage to Officer. No, he's gonna go. He's gonna go for it. He's going for it. He can actually get it. He can actually get it if he perfectly gets his cage. He perfectly got the cage. He got it. Yup, he got it. He actually got it. Wow. It's crazy because if Ada actually went to go save, that actually may have been better. But because the Cypher was so far, he knew that the Ada would just go for the gate instead. Because the Cypher was so far from the chair. That was really smart from the Goatman. Really, really smart. Well, it's time for the second half of Game 1 here. This is this This is a little interesting. Going for the Knight in round 1 is definitely one of those more niche options. Knight round 1 is definitely not nearly as strong as Gravekeeper or First Officer. I think Gravekeeper is definitely the best pick, and then First Officer is probably second best. Then I would go with... I don't know who I'd go with after that. It's just Grave FO are definitely like the two best. As for Knight, Knight is actually pretty decent in round 1, but he's decent. He's not like the best, he's decent. I think what PQQ is doing here is because their Hunter just got a 4 kill, they're going to be going for the niche option of Knight. That way they can save the Grave and FO for later. I actually think this is a very, very good strategy. And I think it's something that you'll be seeing a lot more going forward, is that when a Hunter gets a 4 kill, you can kind of play a little safer on the side of the survivors and maybe go for something like effective but niche. And that's kind of what Knight is, I would say. The Knight is kind of like that effective but niche, not nearly as strong or as stable, but it can save you. Like if you can save you characters for later. And basically the goal for PQQ here is just get one out. So I could very well see maybe only like 1 borrowed time. You might see like 3 Tide Turners, maybe a Sui Archer build, and then like only borrowed time on the Puppet or Knight or something. I don't know. The Hunter choosing Granny here is also pretty interesting, I must say. It's going to be Flywheel Tide from the Mage and the Knight, borrowed Tide on the Puppet, and then borrowed Flywheel Archer. We've got Tension Trump card, Abnormal, Giant Claw, Claustrophobia, Addiction, and Hunter's Instinct from the side of Daru's Granny here. Very, very interesting. The monkey from the UN1 logo, for some reason, just reminded me of Bloons Tower Defense. And now I kind of want to play Bloons Tower Defense. I don't know why. Specifically the third one. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just saw the monkey. Now I want to play Donkey Kong too. Monkey? Ooh, banana. Bro, I missed Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game was fun. I still haven't even beat the post game for it. Oh man. Although I'm probably not gonna get the DLC. All right, let me lock in here. What am I talking about, bro? I'm talking about gosh darn monkeys. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. Daru. What is the game plan here? We're going for the Granny on Darkwoods. I don't know if I fully agree with. Granny is one of those like, you know, TIE hunters with pretty solid win potential, but I feel like Goatman is just, he's still Goatman. Like, that's the thing. He's still Goatman. He's still simply just Goatman at the end of the day. I don't know. It's going to be the Archer pick here. That's actually a pretty early hit here. Not much the Archer could really do. That's the big thing when you're up against Granny, is that all these, like, really, really close, confined areas. Did she crossbowed up the stairs? Wow. Interesting. Don't really see that too often. Kind of launched herself up those stairs, by the way. Oh my goodness. Gonna go for the little all right, let's see here. Oh, there's the vine. She tried to crossbow away, but it's probably better to crossbow to the side to dodge it. I don't know if I fully agree with that, but yeah, whenever you go down those alleyways versus the vine, it's very hard to dodge. Also, the Granny ended up grabbing the chair. I just realized he didn't actually go for the stun, but it was the chair instead. Interesting. Now this is a pretty fast down, and with the Abnormal, Granny is actually in a pretty good position here to actually get this 4 kill. Because she's going to go to the Puppet Cypher. Going to grab some grass. Well, Abnormal, that's the 76? Dang, it doesn't sound like it was 76, but it is. It is going to be Abnormal, trade into free rescue, but also Puppet can't do the Cypher for a little bit here. Get the Vine to catch on up here, but Cyphers are terrible. These are absolutely terrible. Of course, because we traded the Abnormal for the free save, it's going to be a little tricky to catch up here with our Granny. Of course, we still have 2 gems here to work with. Going to grab a little bit of cheeky Vine here as well. Swing across the Vine, Granny, and then go for the Vine. I find it so humorous. Let's go for the nice shot from the Archer. Okay, I don't really know why the Granny did that. I'm going to be fully honest with you. Typically, when you're playing Granny and you use the Vine, the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position where the survivors can cancel it, and that's kind of what Daru did, which is a little tricky. That should be a hit. Flywheel. What the? Yo, that first hit was a scam. That first hit was an absolute scam. Okay, good optimizations here from Daru, opening up a wall, not only to make it a little bit of a shorter chair, but also so that you can grab a resource while your resource is recharging. Because if you looked at the bottom, they were about to have 2 out of 2, and so now the entire time it's recharging, they have that bonus little chip resource, which is very, very good. Stuff like that is also very good to keep in mind when you're playing Granny, because her resources actually recharge not fast, but they recharge like at a decent pace enough to the point where... Wait, no one got chipped by that? Really? That's kind of crazy. Okay, nice drop from the archer. Very, very good timing here. We got one more shot. Oh, we missed it though. Well, that looked weird. Huh. It's very weird. Okay. Well, I think we're cooked with our archer here. Yep, our archer is indeed gonna go bye-bye here. Unfortunately, the ciphers for the survivors are pretty slow, and the granny still has abnormal. They do pop that one right there, which is probably one she wanted to abnormal. We've got one resource of each: one vine, one rock, one chip. Or sorry, one vine, one rock, one gem. I don't really know what the official names of these are. I think everybody calls it vine, chips, and gems. I don't know. All right, here we go. Another abnormal, 73. It's the same cipher she abnormaled earlier, if I'm not correct. So that gosh darn cipher has seen so much work onto it. Now, the survivors are doing a very good job of rotating here. This is very, very good. Granny is, of course, overloaded on the resources here. Does go for the insta-vine to try to catch up to... this is the Magician here. Magician now taking Kite here. Little laggy down the bottom left, it looks like. Look at that footage, bro. Oh, my goodness. Oh, so laggy, in fact, that it just completely blew up. But we use the chip to hit the wand, which does give him the speed boost, and also makes it so we don't have to basic it, so I think that's actually a little bit better. I wonder if Mage wanted to flywheel that. You don't usually see people run back into the vine unless they're trying to flywheel it, which is a bit interesting. But it seems we're going to be switching targets here, actually. Going from the Mage after burning out the flywheel and the wand and just kind of leaving him and going for the Knight instead. This is a little interesting. I mean, you're chasing these people, but they don't exactly have the best resources. We're going to lock off that cipher here once again. Lots and lots of gems on this granny. Gonna go for a vine here. Nice dodge from the Knight Sterling. Calling out the abilities, and now she's gonna be leaving again. Dadu, not really committing to anybody right now. This is not good. We really need to commit to somebody here. I don't really know why we're doing this. I mean, it's good from the granny that she's kind of burning out the resources, but again, I don't know if I fully agree with this game plan here, because it just feels like we're letting the survivors catch up. And it's taking a lot of time just to burn one resource. Like, she spent 30 seconds burning out one Knight helmet. Wait, what? Okay, that was kind of crazy. I can't lie. That was kind of crazy. The Mage probably should have just wanded into dropping the pallet there. But that was actually really sneaky and cheeky, slithering the vine around the wand. That's kind of crazy, bro. And I think we're actually gonna have another abnormal use here. Are we not? Yeah, the abnormal is ready once again. And I think we're going to go for it here. Let's see. It'll be a trade into free rescue. Maybe we'll get one on the Knight here. She kind of put herself in the pallet. Okay. She's trying to make it so that she can... Oh, she doesn't want to abnormal? Oh. Interesting. Huh. All right, we'll open up a door here. Abilities. Yep. What the... Oh, my... This character's hitbox, bruh. Oh my gosh, this Knight is reading her. This Knight is hard reading her. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh no, she didn't. She got it at the very end there. Let's see. Nice flower from the Knight. Okay, Ricky, bro. Ricky is kind of cooking, bro. I can't lie, the Ricky is cooking. Especially since these two definitely have some sort of lore relation here. It's like, huh. Knight Sterling really saying, get with the times, Granny. Oh my goodness. Where's the Mage? Mage is back there. One more chip and he's okay. A little bit of danger. Oh, a little bit of cheeky there, trying to pretend to vault the pallet, but not quite. Flywheel. Buddy. Come on, buddy. We should have flywheeled that. He already flywheeled earlier, so yeah, he already flywheeled earlier. Is this gonna be a struggle? No way, right? Okay, no way. But yeah, he already flywheeled earlier, so like the Granny already knows. It's not like he can hide the fact that he has flywheel. Granny already saw him flywheel. Lewis, cheeky Lewis. Cypher's 87. Now I'm assuming she brought the Magician all the way over here. That way she can kind of pressure this gate a little bit here. It's really good to... Oh, unfortunate. It's really good to chair on a gate when you have the opportunity. They do just pop right here, again, because both the Magician and the Knight don't have borrowed. This is definitely the play to make here. Gonna go for the cheeky vine. Oh, slithery, but she still got him, right? Oh my goodness, had to go for the 360 and then some. But we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave the Magician going for the Lewis, but the Lewis is full health. It's not worth it, Granny. What a pause. All right, well, I don't know what's going on with the pause, but it looks like we're resuming here now. That was like a 3-4 minute pause. We're just gonna go for the Lewis now. Problem is Lewis can buy a lot of time, and the Magician will be able to self-heal at this rate. Let's see here. Oh, is Lewis stuck there? What the? That looks so weird. That was smart from the Lewis, though. I think he was... Yo, what? That looks so weird. What a weird interaction. When the pallet was up, you were trapped on the outside of the pallet, and then the pallet was down, you were trapped from the thing, like inside of it. That's so weird. That is such a weird interaction, but it seemed like the Lewis kind of just took the gambit and was ready for it. Okay. Wait, she has teleport, though. She's considering it. She's considering Mage. Oh, I don't know if Mage makes it in time. I don't think he does. Look at the bottom left. He's not going to make it in time. If she TPs. She's going for it. She's letting it rip. He doesn't make it. He doesn't make it. Knight Sterling's had to leave alone. That's a 3 kill. I mean, again, she needed the 4, so it's not the best. But PQQ got away with the fact that now they got 1. Which means they are the leaders in the very first set here. Well, it's time for round 2 now. Looks like it's going to be Arms Factory. We're going to be seeing Archer, Meteor, Finn, and Mercenary out here. We love to see the updated, no longer Potato Mercenary. Actually, what am I saying? That's a tragedy, bro. I miss Potato Mercenary. We're banning out the Ivy from the side of the Survivors, which does kind of make sense here. Ivy's very strong on this map. We're probably gonna see something like a Peddler or a... Actually, they just use the Hermit. I mean... Sure? I guess? Hermit, huh? Into this comp? I mean, Hermit's a little outdated. That's the big thing about Hermit. Hermit got nerfed a while ago, where his, like, Cypher reduction is less. Panic got nerfed as well, which is, like, something that he kind of relied on. Healing got buffed. Like, Hermit's just kind of... I don't think he's a bad hunter by any means, but he's, like, just kind of mid. Like, he's just outdated. I think that's the biggest thing. He just got power crept. He just got power crept. I do think he's like I would put him in like a A- kind of niche tier right now. Definitely not like, I don't know. It's just like over time, like with the nerf and with all the buffs to survivors and all the new survivors, Hermit just kind of suffers. He just gets kited too long. His full presence I still think is really, really, really good. It's just like early game and mid game, he just suffers a little bit too much. And I think at least for rank, he just capitalized a little bit too much of, he's just kind of like too reliant on survivors messing up. But like survivors in Koa with like good ping and everything, it's like they're not gonna mess up as much. It's really hard. That's not to say that he can't still see results, because again, Hermit can still see results. I don't want to make that. I do want to make that clear. He still definitely can see results at the end of the day. It's just a lot harder than it used to be for Hermit. It's going to be a full kite Archer, borrowed knee jerk on the Finn, borrowed tide on the Mercenary, and then I didn't get a good look at the Wendy. I think the Hermit had Detention, Insolence, and Warp, which is kind of the standard for Hermit. Sometimes we see Blink, sometimes we see Confined on very rare occasions, but it's most of the time it's going to be that Insolence, Detention, and then Blink or Warp. In most situations, I believe. Especially for a small map like Arms Factory, Warp is definitely way better here, just because you can cross things very, very easily. Let's see here. We're gonna connect all these ciphers here. Looks like the Meteor is gonna be rocking the Flyable Tide, it looks like. So we do have 2 Titans out here. Very, very strong. Let's see here. Where are we gonna be chasing the first? We're not gonna go for our Mr. Inference. We're actually gonna be going for the Full Kite Archer Neko here. Full Kite Archer and Sandbags. Now, I don't know if I fully agree with this from the Hermit here, because in my personal opinion, this is the best spot to kite Hermit on the map. Whenever I have to go up against a Hermit, this is the spot I want. This is quite literally the spot that I always want. Of course, Archer's going to have to play a little bit of cheeky mind games here, go for a little shot right there. That's going to be a very early hit, though. Don't know if I really like this route from the Archer. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's not really the best route. I think it was better to go around the back with the speed boost and not around from that one. It's just a longer wall. We're just going to wait out the stun here. We do have the eyeball here now. Let's see, eyeball. And now we're transitioning away from sandbags. Hello? I don't know if I agree with this. Archer's dead unless he can fly well this. Wow, she tried to flywheel to the pallet. Oh my goodness, bro. She tried to flywheel to the pallet. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't really agree with that route. I think that was actually kind of bad from Neko. If you have that spot versus a Hermit, like, you just have to constantly break line of sight, and Archer didn't really do that. Yeah, I don't really like that route. That was not a good route, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see here. Oh, what a nice stun on the Mercenary. Okay, that was kind of just the Merc's fault. We're gonna elbow pad here in a little bit. We're gonna be one hit away from full presence now. Shot. We get 50 here. Wow, that's a scam. No. Let me see that again. That's a scam. Let me see that one more time. One more time. Instant replay, just so I know how scammed this Archer just got. Let's see here. Let's see. She's literally out of it, bro. Oh, what a scam. That's such a scam. She's literally outside of the range. That is a huge scam. Like, it must have caught her little foot or something, bro. There's no way. Had to have caught her big toe or something, though, bro. I don't know what's up with that. I'd be mad, bro. If that's my Archer, I'd be like, come on, bro. What is that? All right. Yeah, this Archer, unfortunately, is kind of just cooked. We do miss the eyeball here, but we have one more stun. Stun, and boop. Down goes the Archer once again. All right. We have another Titaner. The Meteor's coming in. That's Wiggins! That's Wiggins, bro! That's Wiggins Meteor! The strongest, craziest, most powerful Wiggins. I meant meteorologist skin of all time. Wiggins, bro. I have to clarify for real Wiggins fans out there, I don't know anything about Wiggins Sherlock Holmes. I just think that the name Wiggins is funny. Because it is. It really is funny. Okay, bye, Cloud. Bye. Does she even make that? Oh my gosh, she doesn't. Wiggins! 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 No! You're supposed to be broken! Why would you come in from that angle, by the way? I don't know why we wouldn't just, like, fly above and come in for, like, straight shot. I feel like that was just a little bit safer. Well, this is looking really good for PewQQ because the game's over. Yeah, the game is over. There is no recovering from this. The game is over. The Archer's Kite was just not good enough. And the Stuffed Rescue, yeah, that's it. That is 100% it. If this is not a 4-kill, it will have to be, like, the only way it's not is dungeon. They would have to go for some kind of dungeon play here. That's the only way. It would have to be dungeon. Quite literally the only way. Let's see here. Merc's is going to continue decoding. Finn cannot make it in. There we go once again. His warp is already 44 seconds away from being up, and this just with the heal. I don't even think Finn's gonna make this. He doesn't. He doesn't make it. Okay, no, he does make it, but it takes. Oh no, he doesn't. Never mind, I lied. Well, GG's, I guess. That's it. Bonk. What a shame, bro. What a shame. This team kind of got cooked. The Archer just couldn't kite, bro. They just couldn't kite. I'm telling you, bro. Just could not kite. Yui is gonna try to run away here, but it's all but cooked here. We're just gonna go for some cheeky little YOLO stuns out here, cause why not? I mean, I think we can start skipping past a lot of this, cause just bleed out gameplay. Merc will go down. Hermit actually getting a 4-kill. That is impressive. I mean, again, it was because the Archer's Kite was kind of just bad, straight up. I guess we use the warp to catch up to the Finn, so Merc will be able to self-heal. We do get up. But the Hermit's still coming at you, buddy. He's got plenty of stuns left. 1, 2, and they just surrender. Wow. They don't even let him hit, bro. They don't even let him hit. All right, PQQ definitely needed that to get back into this set. 100%. Actually, no, wait. No, they currently have the lead. I forget about that. Sorry, it was UN1 that needed that 4 kills. So, in this instance, what actually needs to happen for UN1 is they actually need a 4 kill. Otherwise, it's over. All right, let's take a look here. Round 2, second half. It's going to be, we're betting at the Opera. And we've got Psychologist, Captain Hook, Mr. Smee! Help me, Mr. Smee! Lantinus and Antiquarian here as well. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away there. Peter Pan! No, that's a Goatman, bro. I don't know anything about Peter Pan, bro. What the heck? Maybe this is Mr. Smee. Honestly, they should give Goatman a Mr. Smee skin. I think that'd be really funny. I take that back. That'd be horrifying. As for spawns, we're going to be looking at a little bit of a cheeky isolation spawn here. Ante up near Shack, Officer mid, Ada at Factory Gate, and Lanternist in the sandbags area. Of course, PQQ, if they get a single person out here, that is the set. So they only want one person out here. Of course, Goatman is going to be the hardest one here to not force escape. It's going to be hard to knock out 4-killed from because Goatman is obviously very, very strong. But, you know, it's Arms Factory. Goatman's not as strong on this map as other maps. It's definitely possible, without a doubt. Dado going to be rocking the Peepers here. I think that's actually a smart build here as opposed to Abnormal. Abnormal is just a little bit too hard on this map. We definitely need the Peepers here instead. It's going to be a Flywheel borrowed Ada and Ante, Flywheel tied on the Lanternist, and then Borrowed tied on our first officer with Detention, Trump Card, Peepers, Wanted or Giant Claw, Goatman here. Interestingly enough, we got Audience Effect on every survivor as well, except for that officer. Healing on nearly every survivor as well, except for the Ante. We've got Struggling on the Lanternist as well, just in case you might see some kind of like little basement shenanigans from the Goatman. But, you know, the Giant Claw kind of counteracts that. Giant Claw Goatman is quite common just because he doesn't really need much else, honestly. And if you can drag survivors to the gate or the basement or on a chair, that's just so important. And having that level of control as a Goatman is very, very important here. Now, let's take a look-see. Who are we going to go after? The first one could actually be the Officer. Interesting. Good communication, Officer, getting off that cipher there very, very fast. Probably going to try to force out one of his watches here. Let's see. There's one of the watches. Now we're going to switch targets here. Either switch targets or kind of stay in the officer's range and not really worry about it too much. We're not going to go for that officer, though. We definitely don't want to. Still kind of rotating around here. I mean, burning out officer watch is very important. That's never really bad. We're going to just use the Peeper here to see what we can see. We found out the Lanternist here. Of course, they're going to lose one of their tights. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's tough. This is where one of the struggles of Lanternist into Goatman comes into play, where some people are telling me that it's obviously very, very strong and very, very, what's the word? Possible into Goatman. It's hard. It's hard for the Lanternist. Very, very hard. Because what do you do when the Goatman is just flying around and you can't see him, you know? And eventually he's going to find a window where he can just swing, hit your image. Very tricky, bro. Very, very tricky. The biggest thing I think you can do is just heavily mind game him for the first, or like kind of like be dumb for the first half and then be not dumb for the second half, where you could like, I don't know, run in a straight line and then just randomly go back into him or something. I don't know, bro. It's tough. We're going to smack that Lanternist here one more time. Officer obviously got the rescue without using watch, which is very, very good. But of course, still only has one left. Ciphers are not the best here. They only have 2 ciphers. I mean, I think they should have a cipher at 60, 70 at this point, but they don't. They have a cipher at 11, which is definitely not the best. And like I said earlier, with the Lanternist getting chased, they lost one of their Titaners here. Now, this is a very unlucky cipher layout, by the way, for the survivors, because you see how there's 2 ciphers in the middle area? That's very, very lucky for the Hunter. It's pretty interesting. There's either 2 ciphers in the sandbags area or 2 ciphers middle. Most of the time, you want 2 ciphers in the sandbags area because they are much harder to chase in, and then 2 ciphers in middle is way more difficult for the survivors, simply due to the fact that, well, middle is the most easy place for the Hunter to access at any point in time, wherever they are on the map, because it's always going to be like a square or a square and a half away. It's not like they have to go from, you know, factory all the way to shack. It's just from factory to middle, which is way shorter. Now, the Ante is here to try to save the day. This is the last chance that they're going to have. Of course, Lanternist is just not able to do much here. But Ante is here, and she's here to cook. She's not in the best area, I will say. There's no reason to flywheel that. I'm going to be so real. There's literally 0 reason for the Ante to flywheel that. I don't know why she burned that flywheel. Maybe just a little bit of nerves here. She's going to aim to jump, but unfortunately, because of that, that's not going to be enough. And she will not be able to get to this Goatman here in time. As we look at the bottom left, with the continuously, like, 15 FPS footage, it's definitely not the most crisp, clean footage of all time there. Kind of feel bad that Ante came into support, used flywheel incorrectly, and then just did nothing with the flute. Definitely not the best levels of support there, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Now, let's see here. Everybody is... Everybody's full on resources, except for the Psychologist. Psychologist did burn her resource here, her stress, I should say. And we'll be taking the next kite here with a flywheel to work with only. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Gonna head into the sandbags area. We might just go for the insta-cage here. Insta-cage was used. All right, we're behind the... Huh? What? Huh? Okay, Ada kind of mind gamed herself. I don't really know what happened there, but she mind gamed herself. 100% mind gamed herself. Cypher's not enough. This should be a 4-kill. This should be a 4-kill, which is again very necessary because again, if PQP or PQQ, I almost want to say PQP, is PQQ. If they get one out here, then it's cooked. It is absolutely cooked. This officer's kind of just taking hits left and right here, really holding onto that watch. I'm quite surprised how long he's holding onto that watch for. Let's see. Oh, officer. Watch it now. Are we gonna save the... Okay, we're gonna save the psychologist after half. Auntie did come in, but it's quite late. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like, what's the only way that they can win? I'm quite literally thinking it's the Auntie. All right, nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You can honestly pop excitement here. There's literally no reason not to excitement here. The ciphers are so far behind. I guess the only problem is Dado doesn't know that. That's the thing. Dado doesn't know that. All right. We really probably could have just excitemented there. Oh, Auntie broke the cage. Yeah, okay, the flywheel missed, but the Auntie broke the cage, so it didn't matter. Oh, what? I saw Auntie. Hi, Auntie. Is Ada in the... Ada's not in the cage. We're gonna have to go for a second cage. All right, wait a minute. This is the momentum they need, actually. This is the momentum they need. Auntie is here. This is gonna be tough because now they're gonna keep on duo kiting. They have to kind of stick together. Ooh. Nice smack from the Auntie. One cheeky smack. He gets the damage on the Auntie. I agree. Get the damage on the Auntie there. I fully agree there. Fully agree. Okay. Let's see here. He's looking at the Auntie. He's a little scared. Psychologist leaving this area. I don't really agree with that per se. I don't know why she's leaving this area. Maybe to try to get away from this cipher. Wow. What a nice prediction from the Goatman here. Auntie is here. But this is going to be tricky. Flywheel. Nice. Oh, that's one more swing gone. That's everything. She has no more flute. That's it. She's out of everything. She's out of everything now. Out of everything. Okay. Auntie probably should just push that cipher, but she's a little too scared since she's one chip away. Gonna have to hide it out here a little bit. Yeah. The safest play for the Goatman here is honestly to abnormal. It is. He should swap to abnormal here. Is he gonna swap to abnormal? No. He doesn't know where the officer is. I think he wants to play it safe. Yeah, he wants to play it safe. Wants to play it safe here. He's going for the officer. Seems like he knows the officer's there. Oh. No, maybe not. Auntie's pushing that cipher. Oh, no, that's the cipher only at 37. Wait, where's the 80% one? This is the 80% one. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought Sandbag's the one that was at 80. Okay, now we're going to go for the Auntie. Auntie, look out. Oh. Okay, down goes Auntie. Officer sneaking toward the cipher. Does he know? He knows. He should know. He's going to chair the Auntie. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's a very small chance. Because he has a watch. Okay, there's the watch. He can use the cages to his advantage and go rescue the Auntie, actually. What the heck? Okay, that was kind of crazy. That's second watch tuning. Let's see here. Final watch tuning, okay. Can he get to the dungeon? He needs to get to the dungeon. He needs to. He's not running toward the dungeon. He's just... No, he needs to run to the dungeon. I guess the Goatman's constantly cutting him off. Yeah, this should be 4-kill. This should be 4-kill. 4-kill? And boom. There we go. Okay. We get round 3, baby. We get round 3. That is what we like to see. Not quite yet a win for PQQ. Well, it's round 3 time. The score is, of course... What is the score? It is 11 points to 8. PQQ is in the lead here, so as long as they don't get 4 killed, I think they're probably fine. Oh my! Raven the Crow Hunter? Nightmare? Oh my gosh. This is the first time Nightmare's being played in Koa 9. Yo, somebody call Baco, bro. Somebody call Baco. We need to see this Nightmare, bro. This is Moon River Park Nightmare 2. This is actually perfect. This is his best map. For those who don't know, this is Nightmare's best map. If there's any map to bust out a Nightmare on, it's this map. Nightmare's one of those weird characters. It's like he can only really be played on his best maps, and this is his best map. And honestly, I don't really disagree with this. I do not. I think Nightmare can deal with all three. Okay, 3 of these stars. Finn is a little hard. Finn is hard because you can spend, like, especially for first chase. Second, I think if Finn's one of your later chases when you have full presence, he's not so bad. The problem is, like, you can claw him and then he'll just set up a ball, and then you have to break the ball with the, you have to like untag him and charge attack, which takes forever because Nightmare's charge attack is just lasts forever. And then you gotta, you know, reclaw again, and it's just, it's too much work for the first chase. So you don't chase Finn. We are definitely chasing Meteor. Definitely, I guess we could chase Mercenary, but no, Mercenary is just too long of a chase. I think we have to chase the Meteor here. I think we have to. And anybody but the Finn, honestly. It's going to be Tide borrowed, Mercenary, Flywheel Tide on the Aeroplanist, borrowed Knee-Jerk Finn, and then Flywheel borrowed on the Meteor. Of course, Knee-Jerk is definitely way better versus Nightmare to get distance. Flywheel he doesn't really care about because he can just, well, dash again. Yeah, Nightmare doesn't really care about Flywheel that much. Flywheel, like, it can be very effective against him, but, like, Knee-Jerk is definitely way more consistent versus a Nightmare. I think I wasn't really looking super hard at the Nightmare build, but I'm pretty sure he had Detention, Trump Card, Warp. Every Nightmare should bring Detention, Trump Card, Warp on this map. You don't need Confined Nightmare on this map. It should just always be Detention, Trump Card, Warp. Yep, that is indeed the case. We're going to be birding the Mercenary Cypher here just to slow it down a little bit here, just to slow down the Cypher Rush here. Now, this is a very interesting strat. Nightmare's going to be walking alongside the left side of this and hoping that the meteor will just drop down. That's funny. I actually fell for that trick today in rank. I was playing up against a Hermit. Bro did that trick versus me, and I played like a gosh darn Griffin, and I vaulted right into him, bro. It was terrible. We're looking down to make sure we get the full speed boost here, and Aeroplanist, look at that trick right there. That's a nice little cheeky Aeroplanist trick. You know, I was talking earlier about how this is Nightmare's best map, but also, that's not all. This is also, in my personal opinion, Aeroplanist's best map. I think this is Aeroplanist, it's like really, really good on this map because there's so many tricks. He can jetpack off of this right here. He can jetpack off of the, oh, what is it called? That was really smart from the Nightmare. That was really, really, really good. He should warp, and then the Aeroplanist is dead. Warp, dead. Yup. Nice flywheel from the arrow, though. That was really good flywheel. But is it enough, though? Is it enough to last for one more hover? Let's see. Hover, stall, jetpack, 1, 2, 3. Get on the coaster. Get on. Nice. Okay, hold on. This Charles, bro, this Charles is cooking. Did we activate the stop? I think we did. I think I saw green. Never mind, I am colorblind. That was not green. That it was, in fact, it's red, right? It's not orange or anything like that. I mean, it makes sense because red would mean stop, but you could honestly lie to me and tell me it's like orange, red, orange, yellow, and I'd probably believe you, but I trust you guys to tell me the truth. Anyways, is this going to be basement? Are we going to go basement with our Nightmare? Yes, we are. Orphe going straight into that basement. Charles, I think you're gonna get sold here, buddy. I think you're gonna get sold. There's quite literally zero reason to rescue this Charles here. We might be able to go for a cheeky after half save just for the sake of it, but oh, no way. He knows. He just knows. He just knows. He just knows. Wait a minute. Oh no. Wait. Oh, nice. Nice save. Wait, what the? What is? Yo, what is going on? Why didn't he not just get the rescue? I think he was just scared. Okay, well that's a double down. That is indeed a double down. Full presence on the Nightmare. TPs are on their way back up. 32 and 16 for the warp and the bird TP. What is the bird TP called? I forget. I think I used to know the name of the bird TP, but I don't remember it anymore. I'm just gonna call it Bird Caca. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, actually. That's the official name. Yeah, Nettie's decided to call it Bird Caca. That is the true and official name. I think if I heard the name, I would remember it. Okay, we're gonna bird the chair here once again. And kind of just go proxy camp here. Proxy camping with the fire investigator. It looks like we just, wow. Nightmare's doing a really good job of just kind of knowing exactly where everybody is. We do have the wanted order. We're gonna TP back here. That way we can hit the meteor, of course. Now, Aeroplan doesn't really have anything we can do here. We could probably go for a cheeky Wind Blast here. Wind Blast, we dodge it. Oh, it's not enough to kill the meteor, though. Dash. Getting stuck on the fence, though. Not the best. Definitely not the best. We're probably going to warp on down once you see the vault. Warp on down. Who's it going to hit? It hits the meteor. Okay, that's not the worst, because now Aeroplan's going to technically rebound a little bit here. But he needs to get into God Kite, and he's gonna kind of cut off here. This pallet right here is very hard to escape from unless you have Knee Jerk or an item. So you don't want to corner yourself at this pallet. Let's see here. And that is a perfect example right there of why this is Nightmare's best map. Look at that, dude. You see that U-turn? Did you see that, bro? Oh my goodness. Now, like on other maps, he's getting stuck there. But on this map, oh, he is swooshing around the entire thing, bro. Swerving and curving and U-turning. My goodness, we need to pull over this guy and give him a speeding ticket or something, bro. I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna TP onto our Finn here. Of course, now that yeah, see right here, I had to go for the charge attack, and it's like, oh my gosh, the distance. But it's like, Nightmare's fine with this now, because now he's not first presence. He actually has full. He's gonna be looking down to get that poaching 13% speed boost here once again. The only saving grace from these survivors right now is that their ciphers is actually pretty decent, and they heal with the meteorologist bot. Are gonna go for the second ball here. Lots and lots of distance. If Finn can loop this properly here, we might be able to see him go back to that ball once again here. Let's see. Gonna be making his way to the pallets, hiding behind the chair. That will still be a hit though. Why are we not getting distance? He's not in that. He's in that? Okay, my fault, Finn, my fault. I did not think he was in that. That's kind of crazy. I fully believed with no doubt in my mind that he was not in that. But, you know, guess I was wrong. We're going to use our pallet speed boost here just to continue breaking line of sight. Oh my gosh, this Finn is so fast. We're going to TP onto the meteor here. Not quite going to be a hit. Look at how fast he breaks those pallets. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Wendy! No! You did that's the worst thing you possibly could have done. No! Oh no, that was the worst thing that you could have done. Oh. Oh, she went invisible. What the heck? Yo, and Wendy's shy. She's like, yo, don't look at me after that. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, bro. Not after that. Oh my gosh, bro. All right, let's see here. He's TPing. The aggression is coming out here. I actually fully agree. The Finn goes down. Yep, they're running out of resources. They're running out of pallets. And now we can share the Finn. TP will be back up again in about, what, 5 seconds for our bird TP. Will he go for the bird TP here, or will he just... No, he's gonna... Oh, somebody caught the bird. It was the meteor. The meteor caught the bird. Let's see here. He's gonna bird the chair, and then he's gonna go for the meteor to push her off the cipher to delay it. This is good. He's like kind of pressuring both options to kind of scare the survivors off of their objectives here. Meteor's gonna just kind of commit to pushing this one, which I actually fully agree. You kind of have to push for it, which is gonna allow the mercenary to come in, but he's gonna choose the cipher. He's gonna choose the cipher, which I do again agree with here. We're gonna bird back that cipher all the way over there. Meteor has to kite. Okay, well, Meteor is dead. Oh no, not quite, right? Oh, we're back again. He's like, you're not getting that cipher done, bro. You are not getting that cipher done. Absolutely not. Absolutely not getting that cipher done. Yeah, I think that's it. That should be it. That should be. Our TPs are on to cooldown here, but Mercenary is not pushing an objective. Meteor is dead. No self-heal, so Merc has to go pick her up. And I think the Nightmare knows that because he's heading right there. Finn will not be rescued here. And then you can just hit the Meteor down once again, go for the Merc, and that'll be all. So you're telling me that not only is Nightmare gonna get a 4-kill, but Hermit too? Both are gonna get 4 kills? In this meta? That's kind of wild. I mean, I expect on a map like this, Nightmare I expect, you know. Nightmare fully makes sense. But Hermit though, I mean, that's kind of crazy. Look at that. Like, what? How do you not get caught on anything? You're behind like nearly 2 walls. Of course, you're on the edge of the wall, but even then, that's ridiculous. And both TPs are ready, so the second Meteor touches the cipher, she is cooked. She will be absolutely cooked. Are we gonna touch this cipher? We tap it. Did Nightmare realize it? Are we gonna bird TP? Caw! We have tinnitus. Uh-oh. Oh, we saw her. Yup. Hi, Meteor. This is a pretty good spot to kite Nightmare, but she messed up. She hesitated. This poor Meteor, bro. All right, well, now we get to do everybody's favorite thing called bleed out. The Merc gets back up. We are going to... What the heck? Oh, we use a decoy, huh? Okay, Merc dies. And now we're going to TP back over here. grab our Meteor, and then we'll go back for the Merc, who will just bleed out. Okay, GG's. GG's, bro, GG's. Good stuff to that Nightmare, bro. Oh my goodness, good stuff. And that's really, really good for UN1 because they needed that 4-kill. They absolutely needed that 4-kill. There have been so many 4-kills in this match. It's mostly just been 4 kills and 1 3-kill. Speaking of 3 kills, PQQ needs to 3-kill here, since now UN1 is the lead with a 13-11 score currently. But we need to actually 3-kill here. We need to 3-kill here minimum. If we don't 4-kill will be a win for PQQ. If we 3-kill, Sangria is very good here, yes. If we 3-kill, we will see overtime. It's going to be Antiquarian, Mechanic, Prof, and Grave. Again, UN1 keeping their Grave here is really, really solid. However, Repa has the Sangria to work with, which is very possible to get this 3-kill here. But with Mechanic, it's going to be a little tough. Of course, Mechanic Cypher Rush is notorious for just being absolutely insane, so we're going to have to chase the Mechanic here every time. But the problem is, if we leave the bot out, and we Cypher Rush really, really hard with the rest of the survivors, and Mechanic at least gets like 1 or 2 winning mind games, that should be the tie. Ooh, a little bit of greed out here as well. Full Kite Anti, Flywheel Tide on the Professor, Borrowed Knee Jerk on the Mechanic, and then a Borrowed Tide on the Grave. And I'm pretty sure we saw a Detention Trump card Abnormal from the Sangria here, actually. Rocking the Abnormal on Moon River Park. Not nearly as common as it is on a map like Chinatown that's smaller but also very strong for Sangria. A little bit trickier to perform on a map like Moon River. However, I don't think it's necessarily bad here, especially when you need a 3-kill and ideally a 4-kill here. You ideally want a 4-kill here if you're Sangria because you don't want to let this match go to overtime. Worst case scenario, you tie. But, you know, Abnormal here is definitely very, very viable because of the Mechanic here. The Mechanic is very, very annoying, so we bring the Abnormal to counter her. That being said, she actually did not drop the bot instantly, and she's going to be going for a bot body block. Oh, never mind. There's the dropped bot here. We're just going to hit it here, but that's not really a good spot because the Sangria has to swing there regardless, so she doesn't really mind hitting that bot right there. I don't really think it's... I don't know if I really agree with the drop bot strategy there. I don't really know if I like that, but maybe the Mechanic has practiced a lot of 1v1s, and she just thought, okay, this is the best spot for it here. Let's see. We're just going to drop this pod here. Going to try to go around, but if we vault, we're going to go into the shadow. Let's see here. Bot. Nice bot body block, but that's 40 seconds, and now you have no item in your knee jerks are on cooldown. We're going to try to get you to the coaster here. Do we win this mind game? No winning mind game for the Mechanic. This should be a hit right here. That's going to be a hit right here. We're just going to go to the coaster. We're just going to go to the coaster here. Just going to abuse the coaster. Yep, off on the coaster we go. Did we? Okay, with the Cypher being so slow, it looks like this is going to go across the entire map. Yep, across the entire map. Which does kind of sacrifice some Cypher progress. However, because she has Abnormal, she could try to use an Abnormal here real quick. But she's probably not going to. Because that thing's only at 30%. Now, what's interesting is some Sangrias here would actually just let the Mechanic be. Because the Mechanic no longer has bot and is injured. So literally, she would have to get healed by somebody before she can actually do anything. So it's somewhat viable, actually, to just not even go for the Mechanic here. And just chase somebody else to, like, wither out the items or something. Not to say that it's something that, you know, you need to go for, but it is definitely a viable option. It will be... Ooh! Wow! I mean, yeah, if you're half health, just take that risk, bro. When you're at full health, never take a risk like that, but at half health, heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Alright. Beautiful work right there. Very, very beautiful work. That's a 3 Cypher Kite. 3 Cypher Kite, bro. But the Abnormal will probably come through onto the Gravekeeper's Cypher here. No matter what you want to do, it's gonna get Abnormal, bro. It will get Abnormal. Of course... Oh, maybe not. I don't think she'll be able to afford that. No, it actually finished it. I lied. They were actually able to finish that Cypher. Huh. What a surprise. All right. Well, we're at full presence, which is nice for Repa. However, we have nothing to Abnormal. This is not good. We absolutely need to get this Abnormal off here. Like, we're not getting anything out of this. The coaster play was just... Like, the thing is, what I am really impressed from UN1 here, what they're doing here, is that they know that they don't want to get 4-killed, and they're just playing very safe. It feels very, like, everything's going to the Survivors' game plans right now. They're able to finish up Cypher Bridge, which is the only thing that was viable to Abnormal. The Mechanic dropped the bot early just to, like, get into position to take a hit and then get onto coaster, and they had the coaster on. That way he could go across the map and then continue to kite for a while against the Sangria. Like, it all feels like it's going to the Survivor's game plan here right now. And ideally, these are the Cyphers that you want as a Sangria on this map. These are the ciphers that you want when somebody's dead. The problem is Professor, I just realized the Professor has no self-heal. That's pretty funny. No self-heal Professor, bro. They definitely forgot. They 100% forgot. Okay, Mechanic will just kind of die off here, which is a bit unfortunate. However, ciphers are very far along. This is about to be 450%, which is kind of the new norm. According to Sprinter from B4U, it's like usually it's like 450% by the time the first person dies in this meta, just because it's, well, you know, it's just hard. We do of course have the abnormal that we could use on the cipher, but it looks like we might want to go for a TP swap here instead. It looks like the Grave and the Professor want to try to heal up, but the question is, can they do that without getting spotted by the Opera? So you're gonna go check where this cipher is here first, while the Grave and the Professor will try to heal up here. Trying to reset. We're going to actually abnormal the 55% cipher all the way back down to 8%. However, the cipher at first stop is at 40%. So unless she spots out the healers here, she's going to be in for a bit of a rough time. Yeah, if she's going to go across the map for the Antiquarian obviously can kite for a very long time with full kite and flute. And then the Graven Professor should be able to double up on the cipher at 8%. I mean, Opera's going to do pretty good stalling this game out here, waiting for her trait to get back. But the problem is Antiquarian can very easily kite the amount of time that is needed here, especially since she's rocking the Goatman Yan skin, bro. We absolutely love this skin so much. He's so cool. Oh, nice. Ooh, nice. Nice. Very, very nice. We're going to break this pallet here. Very good from the Sangria. You might as well do that when you're just kind of waiting out for the Antiquarian shenanigans here. Let's see. Don't know if I fully agree with that. A little bit greedy from the Antiquarian here. Best to play it safe in a situation like this, honestly. Probably just going for an earlier pallet drop here. Let's see. Oh, not the best. Flywheel. Oh, nice. Okay. Sangria getting smacked all around, bro. All gosh darn round. So we have Flywheel and Scale, and we're not using either of them? I don't really understand here. That's a little strange. Whatever. We are going to Chair. The problem is the Opera could TP, and the question is it worth it? It's risky. It is risky if you TP here. I think she will. Break the pallet. No, she will not. She will not. The problem is, yeah, like, yeah, this is just tricky, bro. The problem is if you TP here, they can just rescue it and then finish up the ciphers. They just rando pop? What? Just rando. The thing is, Ante and Grave are both in the same area. Grave's not going to last much longer here. Oh, nice. Okay, Yui with the tricks. We see that. We see that. Got some cheeky tricks on Yui here. We have trait. Ante's not yet at the gate. This is looking like a 3-kill. This is looking like a 3-kill. I cannot lie. It's going to be TP here. We are going to TP here. Okay. But Ante can save the Grave. Nice scale from the Professor. That was really, really clean. Very, very clean scale. Of course, the thing is, Repa doesn't realize the Professor has no self-heal. If they actually were able to tell... Oh, nice attempt at a flywheel. But looks like Repa was very, very, very... What's the word? Patient. It's so funny that they could actually leave the Professor on the ground because he forgot self-heal. But the thing is, a hunter will always assume you have self-heal. There's no way to tell a survivor doesn't have self-heal or not. So... They have to chair. They have to chair. But it's gonna allow Yui to get plenty of time here on this gate. But will they make it? I don't think that they do. If I'm being fully honest with you, I don't think that they make this gate. The problem is the Ante is already going back for the save. Oh, this is tricky. The dungeon is there. She's gonna go back. She's gonna double back here once again. This is tough. I think Ante makes it to the gate. Does she beat the Sangria? I don't think so. Why is she running into the Sangria? Why did she run into the Hunter? Hello? Why did you run into the Hunter? What? We're going to overtime, bro. We're going to... Okay, I don't know why she ran into her. That quite literally messed everything up. She actually maybe possibly could have made it, but for some reason, she just ran into the Hunter. I don't really understand. All right, this is gonna be, for me at least, the very first overtime set of Koa 9. So we're gonna be looking at an Ivy and Cueist ban from the side of survivors. Dr. Enchantress, Seer, Lucky Guy. Looks like everybody's been in Dr. Enchantress just forever and all time. Puppet, Lantern, Knight, and Bald is gonna be the team. Interesting. Lots of new characters out here. Very, very new new survivors out here, I must say. Especially Lantern and Bald. And it's gonna be Clerk, the overtime demon, bro. Everybody loves playing Clerk in overtime. Oh my goodness. So let me tell you one fun fact about overtime for those who are unaware. Overtime is considered the tiebreaker round. Whenever ties are in score, if each person has like the exact same of round wins and points, which is the case here, it is 14-4, each team with a round win and each one with one tie, of course. But in an overtime situation, if the teams tie again, it goes to whoever did it faster. So let's say the survivors get 4 killed here. Let's say the Clerk gets a 4 kill. Very rare, right? Very, very rare. If the next hunter 4 kills, but does it faster, then the Clerk will win. The whole point of the time is that the survivors essentially have to get out faster, and the hunters want to drag out the game for longer. So that's why Clerk is a very, very good pick here, because if the Clerk does well, or even just gets like a standard tie, if the match is like 10 minutes, the survivors had to work so hard for it. But let's say in round 4, second half, the other person goes like Night Watch, whose usually matches are very fast, and he gets a tie. Well, the problem with him is that his ties are usually like 4 to 5 minutes. Clerk ties are usually more like, they could be upward to like 10 minutes. You know, Clerk matches take a long time, bro, because she stops the cipher from moving for literally forever. So that's why Clerk is somewhat popular in overtime. And honestly, I don't even disagree with the Clerk pick here, simply due to the fact that they don't really have a heavy support like harass-based character, which is what Clerk kind of suffers against. Of course, there is Knight, which can help. In fact, every single one of these characters could do something, right? You have Lancinus that, well, Lancinus can't really do too much here, I'm gonna be honest with you. But we have, you know, Puppeteer, who could body block with the Lewises, Knight, who could use his helmet, Bald, who could set up a smoke screen, but they don't have anything like, you know, they don't have any like Toy Merchant Catapult to send you super far away. They don't have any like Antiquarians or Archers or Batters or Forwards or any harasser to really make this Clerk suffer. So I don't actually disagree with the Clerk pick here, especially due to the fact that it's a non-professional region. And non-professional regions, usually their kiting routes are not as optimized, and that usually leads to Clerk being a little more successful in these regions. Once she goes offline and goes into professional regions like China and Japan, it becomes so much harder for Clerk to win, so much harder. But let's take a look here. It's going to be a Detention, Trump Card, and Warp build from the side of the Clerk. Very, very common from our Clerk. We're going to be seeing a Tide Knee Jerk on the Puppeteer Matthias. We've got Full Kite on our Lancinus here as well. Flywheel borrowed on the Knight. Oh, that's a pretty good start for the Clerk, I'm not going to lie. And wrapping us up with a borrowed time Tide Bald. Okay. Looking at this match right now, this is a good start for the Clerk, because we just got a hit onto this Matthias, and he didn't use his Lewis. Gonna go for a cheeky swing right there. We got another speed boost, break this, or drop this pallet. Gonna use the pallet break recording here on the God pallet, lock the window. Okay, this is very, very solid. 2 ability uses here. This is gonna force yet another Lewis out of the Lewis. Okay, we actually just hit the Lewis. Kind of body blocking that right there, though. Ooh, hold on right now. He's dead. Like, just pull it back, dead, yeah. Dead. Look at that, she just stands in it. She's like, nope, nope, nope. You're not getting it, bro. You're not getting it. I'm standing in the way, bro. You're not getting it. 70, 70, 70 are the ciphers, though. That's honestly not a bad kite, but for a Puppeteer, it's definitely not ideal, especially since we didn't force the warp. We do see the Lanternist get sealed off here, and the Bald will actually use his Bald ability, the Thuribles here, to be able to move the Puppeteer a little bit closer to Church. Looks like we tossed out one of our scripts on top of one of the decoders here once again. Gonna be locking off the Lancinus here once again. Bald. Okay, Bald. Don't screw things up now, Bald. Don't do it. Of course, Lewis can use his Lewis ability in Tide Turner, and he's deciding not to. Okay. All right, bro. Whatever you say. That's twice now that he hasn't used a Lewis when he absolutely needed to. That's really bad, because if he used a Lewis there, he probably would have got the warp out, but now he's not going to get the warp out, which is not the best here. Really, really not the best. Yeah, this is quite bad. This is quite bad for the survivors. They They are going to get 3 ciphers done here, but this is not enough progress versus a Clerk. This is just simply not enough progress versus a Clerk. Knight will come in for the next rescue, and he can maybe try to do a little bit of cheeky support afterwards. But again, it's not going to be enough. And Knight with shielding Puppeteer is a little awkward, because sometimes Hunters will just hit the shield. That way they don't have to wait for the shield and then the Lewis. They'll just hit the shield. That way you'll have no Lewis. So some of them do that. Some of them don't. We'll see. We are just going to go for an instant rescue here, which is probably better. I think they realize, like, yeah, if I save the sword for later, we'll be in a better position here. That way you can just go for your Lewis. The Knight does burn one of his helmets here, which doesn't actually do anything. And that is a very important pallet stun, though, right there. That's a very, very important pallet stun. Will Knight continue to support, though? That is the big question. Will Knight continue to support? We're going to have to keep playing pallet mind games here with the puppet. I don't think he's going to make it to the next pallet. Yeah, we had to mind game that. We have to just mind game that. 100% we have to just mind game that. Okay, with no warp being forced here, they don't know what the trade is. They're probably assuming blink or warp. But the big problem is they just don't know. Are we going to look at the graveyard cipher here? We're going to be warping straight on top of these 2 that we're healing. Oh my goodness. Setting up the smoke screen now, making it a little bit tricky to find people. But we do know where the Knight is. Yep, Knight is right over here. 2 helmets and a flywheel on this guy, Ricky. We have 3 recordings, though. Oh my goodness, 3 recordings. We have just recordings for days. And I don't know why bro burned a helmet when you see the Clerk send a mid-charge attack. He probably should have used the flywheel there instead, and then maybe used a helmet. But because of that, he burned an item for quite literally no reason. And this is looking quite bad once again for the survivors. Are we going to use the Bald ability? We are not going to use the Bald ability, but we're going to actually be locking off the Lancinus here. Bald can come in. Bald. Bald. We're going to get hit. Bald gets hit. Okay. Are we going to bother using the Bald Smoke? I don't think that we are. But it's situations like these where Clerk really excels, where we're burning out so many items back to back to back, and then we're constantly able to lock off the final cipher. In this case, the final cipher is 43. I don't know where it is. Oh, this is the cipher. This is the 43% cipher right here. Okay. Yeah, see, now, right about now, is if this was a Night Watch, you'd probably have all the ciphers done because bro has next to no cipher pressure. So all the ciphers would be done and you'd be in a tie position right now. But for Clerk, Clerk can 4-kill this. There is only 1 item left. Obviously, Lancinus will recharge. Nice. But the thing is, Knight is the only one with an item with the flywheel. Bald has 1 chair transfer, I should say. That's it. 1 chair transfer thurible. But that's it. Once this is gone, it's gone. Once it is gone, it is gone, bro. We are going to see Lancinus locked off here once again. She did dodge it, though, so we're just going to keep on decoding. That time we got locked. That time we absolutely got locked, yep. Absolutely got locked. Yep. We're not able to interact with cipher machines for like a solid forever. Let's see. Knight could make this happen. Knight could actually make this happen. It's gonna be after half, though. The cipher shouldn't be ready. Even with Lancinus, the cipher should not be ready. We're looking. Do we have a script ready in time? Not quite. 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. We can look. Locked. Dead. Yep. Kinda cooked, bro. Kinda cooked. Does Knight make this? He won't make it. Yeah, you're too late, buddy. You're just too late. And now we can TP. Yep. Now we can just TP. Open it up. Bonk. And Clerk should have... In this situation, this should be the 4-kill for the Clerk. We even reduced that cipher progress just a little bit there. Just a cheeky amount. Grabbing this palette here for a God palette break recording. Lancinus, of course, does have her rechargeable item. But at this point, it's really just cooked. It really, truly is just cooked. We can start skipping past here a little bit here. We get the Lancinus down. Knight grabs an elbow pad. We're slugging and we're slugging. We kill the Knight. We're looking for the Lancinus. We find Lancinus. She struggles. But the problem is if we hit the Lancinus again, Knight can't be able to self-heal and get dungeon. Hold on. Down goes the Lancinus. But here's the thing. Unless we know exactly where... Oh, we're going to chair the Lancinus. Okay. Where's the dungeon, though? Knight could get up and get it. It's gonna be tough. Let's see. All right. He's crawling for as long as possible so he doesn't get the crows. Ooh. This is tricky. This is gonna be tricky. Let's see. She's waiting on top of the dungeon. Flywheel on the Knight will be ready. He's going for it. She TPs to the chair. She TPs to the chair. He actually is here. But no, he gets cut off. He gets cut off. He has to walk all the way around. He's gonna get crows. He's gonna get crows. He's not where the dungeon is. He doesn't. Does he not know? Oh, he got caught. He got caught too. He's stuck. Yeah, he's stuck. He's stuck on the. He's stuck the furthest location you could possibly even be from the dungeon. And he's dead. Bonk. Okay, he kind of messed up. He could have positioned himself way better. I'm not gonna lie. The Knight kind of messed up. He actually had a very good chance of getting dungeon. He just positioned himself very badly and then ran away from it. I just don't know if they knew where it was. I think that was probably the biggest thing. He probably didn't know where it was. Ignore the fact that it says overtime first half because this will be the final match of this set, no matter what. This is overtime second half. We do see Seer, Grave, Doctor, who's escaped ban jail, along with Seer, it seems, and a Prospector here for a little bit of cheeky support. Going up against Mechanic. What's Mechanic? Patricia, Bald, and Lucky Guy ban. Because the Hunter got a 4 kill, now the Hunter Daru is forced to get a faster 4 kill. That's the biggest thing. So normally survivors have to be the ones to be faster, but if the Hunter 4 kills specifically, now the Hunter has to be faster, which is a little tough because Clerk makes things last longer, but because she got a 4 kill, the Hunter has to match, but also has to do it faster. So it's like the one drawback of picking Clerk in like round 4 is like the timer has to be faster a little bit if they can get a 4 kill. But Hullabaloo, I mean, Hullabaloo has definitely been significantly nerfed over time. And with the 18 seconds, and this right now, it's not 16 in current modern day servers. This is still 18-second double surprise Hullabaloo. So he's not seen as strong. He's not really being played that often in tournaments. And while I don't think he's bad by any means, he's definitely a lot more popular here, going to be in these later rounds here. Especially against the Doctor. Doctor is, like I was saying earlier, is so stupid right now in this meta. She is so broken that she can just heal and heal and heal endlessly against a lot of the top hunters that just don't really have the abilities that really work into her kit. But Hullabaloo kind of counters her because he can hit her, and then as she's running away, he's catching up instantly because no attack recovery. So Hullabaloo is one of the ones that can actually deal with Doctor pretty well. The problem is he's just at his absolute weakest point right now. It is going to be a Tide borrowed on the Grave and then full kite on the rest of these survivors. Look at that, bro. Oh my goodness. Going to be bringing healing and audience effect and Doctor and great power from all these survivors as well. And it's going to be a detention trump card peepers build here with destructiveness. Now, I don't really agree with this build. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The thing is, this Hunter needs to 4 kills, so you should go all out and bring insolence instead of detention. You really don't want to bring detention in this situation. Detention is a comeback mechanic for hunters. At this point, you should not bring that because you need to 4 kill. The trump card is fine, but it should be insolence trump card as opposed to detention trump card because now his early game is going to be so bad. I guess the assumption is like he can use the Doctor as a presence farm, but the problem is if you get raw kited long enough, you're just gonna die. And we're pausing here once again. Who the heck are these commentators, bro? I am very confused at who the heck these commentators... Never mind. What? That was weird. Okay. I don't know what I just saw. Well, looks like we're unpausing here. Back onto the Doctor. This is a default doc, bro. No style, no skins, no pizzazz. It's a default doc, and he said, no thanks. I'm good. He'd rather... Dude, imagine, bro. Imagine last year you see Hullabaloo and he's like, Doctor? Nah, I'd rather chase the Gravekeeper than the Doctor. Isn't that crazy to think about, bro? Isn't that just absolutely crazy to think about? That hunters in this game are like, yeah, I'll chase the Gravekeeper over the Doctor. I'm telling you, bro, Doctor's broken. I'm telling you. Seer Owl ready here. Let's see. Caca! And back into the shovel. We're going to get 1 black, 1 red. And maybe a cheeky white. Cheeky white is there. Wow, we already have full presence. That's crazy. Grave not really in the best of areas here, doing a decent dodge right there. Rotation will be, oh, nice. Gonna be the black hit though. Oh, gonna have to get inside the shovel here. Get inside the shovel. Did I say full presence? I meant first presence, my fault. Let's see. Bonk. And hit once again, we dodge it. Black, red. I'm Hullabaloo. All right, Starfire's looking pretty good here. Prospector's here. He could maybe get a little cheeky harassment, actually. I'm not going to lie. It's actually worth it. Prospector should support here just a little bit. Let's see. Pros. Okay, Pros goes for a minute. Big stun. Look at that stun. Very, very beautiful stun right there. That's probably all he needs. That's all he should do. He can come in later with like 3 magnates. That's the one and only magnet he should give for right now. That will be a 3-side for Kite, though. The good thing is, for this Hullabaloo, no Tide Tenners, which is where he excels. Oh, the Prospector is here again. Stuns him on the pumpkin! The pumpkin, baby! The pumpkin! Prospector cook, bro! Prospector cook! This is looking really bad for Dadu. This is a 3-side for Kite and then some. The whole point of chasing Grave is to make it so you can kind of snowball off of rescues, but the problem is, they can just not save. Or instant save. Yeah, Prospector's here. He can even harass a little bit. I don't really know if I want him to harass. Okay, he drops. Yeah, I don't really agree with the harass right there. Probably best to save the magnet for the save, because you have to save, buddy. You do have to save. Let's see, a bit of an early pallet drop here. All right. His colors do reset, so he only has 1 red. He had 1 red, 1 black. Nice, spinning out the flywheel. Buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's so lucky. Nah, he should have got stuffed. See, this is why I didn't want him to use that meta, because he should have got stuffed. That would have been the game. Okay, not the game, but it would have been very, very hard to come back from that. Nice reaction from the Gravekeeper. Very good reaction. Yeah, Prospector should have saved his magnet, and Dadu messed up. But, you know, when both sides are messing up, this is just kind of what happens, bro. Nice snipe. Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful snipe from Dadu here. Beautiful, beautiful snipe. Okay, we're actually in a decent position here, but the problem is Cyphers are still very, very far along. We're going to try to cut off the Doctor here. I see the Doctor trying to make her way in here, but we're cutting her off hardcore. We'll just jump right here, maybe. Nope, not quite. Doctor predicting the jump, but Dadu also kind of waiting for it to come in right now. We're going to actually use the warp here, go back to the Gravekeeper now. Gravekeeper should be able to, will not be able to heal in time. But now Doctor can start healing up the team. We're going to chair out right here. Doctor's going to come and get the rescue, but if she doesn't get the... No, we see the Cypher being continuously worked on. The last Cypher is 80, though, and continually worked on. This is the problem when you get 3 Cypher kited, though. It's just too much to handle. It simply is just too much to handle. Doctor's going to try to make her way into the save. Look at how fast she's moving, bro. 1 big stun here. That's going to be a free save. And now we can just pop. And this should be it. They only need a single person out, bro. They literally only need 1 person out. All they have to do is split gates. There's no trait left on Dadu here. No trait, no nothing. Gravekeeper is still at full health. We do, of course, have the tension. But, like, the tension's not going to do anything right now. Of course, it'll be a faster down to the Gravekeeper. But it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter which way he goes. They split gates and they only need is one. All they need is 1. They literally only need 1. Prospector's going to go for 1 cheeky magnet here. Going to go for 1 more big stun. Big stun right here. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Prospector sneaks out. Seer, 1 more. Flywheel. No, Seer dies. Seer dies. But it doesn't matter because the Prospector got out. The Prospector got out, bro. All they needed was 1. They're probably going to get a 3 escape here as well. They're probably going to get a 3 escape here. This is the issue, bro. You kite too long against a Hullabaloo. And right now, he just doesn't really have the tools to really do anything about it. Of course, double downing and whatnot at the chair is the most important thing. But that will be the win for PQQ. Final score is going to be, I believe, 22-15. Oh my goodness, bro. Match result. Sheesh. What a set, bro. That was a long one, too. Very, very long set. Now, here comes the second set of the day, which is also the 4th set of day 1 of South Korea. It's going to be Team EKO, interesting, versus Team BTG. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be Mechanic, Acrobat, Lucky Guy, Officer. Little unconventional, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this was a comp that was more popular in the audience effect meta, but not really much anymore. Oh! Antonio? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Round 1? Wait. No. Everybody shut up. What? Hold on. My brain. Okay. Antonio. And I have 1,000 things to say and I don't have enough time, so I have to run as fastly as possible. Okay, so I saw Antonio played on day 1 of Japan Koa Regionals, where he was played on Hospital and he got 3 escape because Antonio is freaking garbage. But this is in South Korea, non-professional region, so maybe he'll actually be able to perform. But why the heck is he being played on Hospital, which is the most fire-setted map, twice each time that I've seen him in Koa 9? By the way, this is a different region, non-professional region, of course, once again. Second time he's being played in Koa 9, which is very, very interesting because Antonio was not played at all in Koa 7 or in Koa 8. The only Koas I've seen every single one of these Koa matches, and Antonio was not played a single time, but this is the second time Koa's being played in this Koa, and it's on freaking Hospital again! In round 1! I just ate freaking fish and popcorn! I took a break in between the last one. I thought it'd go back to normal! I thought I'd see something normal, but no, South Korea, no! We gotta use Antonio in round 1 on Hospital! The worst hunter on the best survivor map! What are you thinking? What are you thinking, bro? If he even ties, I'd be impressed. Although I guess there was that one time that I saw Persica die in 20 seconds on Hospital versus Antonio as mechanic. So you know what? Yeah, man. No, you know what? Yeah. Caliber? You know what? I hope you 4-kill. Let's see it. All right, what do we got here? Full kite lucky guy. Full kite mechanic. I almost said coordinator. Full kite tied. What am I saying? Tied as you can see, the Antonio pick has broken my brain. Tied acrobat. Ah! Wait! This is huge! By the way, the other Antonio, I just have to mention, didn't hit a single note into the very end. Not one. Not a single note. Not one, bro. Not one. Again? Oh! Acrobat! Yo, bro, my gaming! You gotta be careful now. Oh. Of course, this one actually does have a trump card, though. This one does have trump card. Wait, is he dead? Oh my gosh! He hit a note! He hit 2 notes! Unlike the other Antonio that hit 1 the entire game at the very end. Antonio is actually somewhat in a tying position. He could win? He killed an acrobat? I mean, to be fair, the acrobat had tied. I need to come down. If he stuffs this save, he lost there late. Tide center. There's only one tide center. If he's able to stuff the officer, they're cooked. 100% they're cooked. They're after half saving. He knows. Antonio knows. He got stuck on the. He got stuck. He got scammed. Peeper. Note. Antonio. The strat. Okay, he saved. Acrobat. Hit him with the my gaming. All right, that was a pretty good jump. Is he gonna loop? Is he gonna die? Note. Oh. Well, now Antonio's useless for the next 12 seconds. He's got another bomb? All right, that's right. Yeah, I got another one. Another red bomb. Here we go. Acrobat. Mike gaming. Oh, Antonio, you're so cool, bro. Yo, actually, I think he could have rolled out of that, but bro decided, let me roll straight toward the chest. Even though that's where the note was placed. That's kind of funny. All right, that's a dead acrobat. The ciphers, bro, he could literally tie. Can you believe it? He could literally tie. What is that, lucky guy? Ratatusk? Nah, bro, I didn't want to see this gosh darn squirrel, bro. That's it. Get hit by Antonio, no! Antonio blast! Bro doesn't even have full presence. So we can't even use crescendo. Crescendo. That's such a fun word, crescendo. Crescendo. Why are musical terms so fun to say? Like pianissimo, crescendo, fortissimo. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's because it has Mario. Wahoo! Antonio dead! What are the ciphers? 50, 90, 3, 75. Oh my goodness. Lucky guy. He dead. Flywheel. You're scared of Antonio. He's scared of Antonio. You see that? He's like, I'm scared of Antonio. This garbage hunter. I'm scared of the bottom 100, guys. What do I do? What do I do against the bottom 100? I don't know what to do. He could actually win. He could literally genuinely win. Isn't that crazy to think about? He could win. He could actually win this. Is mechanic bot on gate? It's not. I think it's like just at the cipher. It's not on gate. It doesn't have the energy to be put on gate. Oh my goodness. The thing is, the lucky guy has no borrowed. The lucky guy has no borrowed. First, foil, first, Jose. He died to Antonio full presence in 2026. He died to Antonio full. Antonio's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna win, bro. Please. Please, bro. He doesn't know where the officer is. He doesn't want to drive a peeper because if he does, he can't TP. He has to try to scout him out. Do it, Antonio. Just go for it, bro. Just go for it, bro. Just go for it. Just go for it, bro. Yes. 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 Antonio. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. Wow, you haven't flywheeling that. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Mechanic? She's so slow. All right, that's her only single vault. Bro, Antonio, round one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. History has been made. He got a win. In round one on the worst hunter, on the worst hunter map. Got a win in round one. And he killed the bot. Honestly, he killed the bot. He should get 4 kill. He killed the bot. He should get a 4 kill. Only in South Korea, bro. Only in South Korea. Yo, honestly, take me to South Korea, bro. Take me to South. If Antonios are winning in South Korea, yo, take me there, bro. Like, take me there. I don't even want to watch the rest of the set. Like, that was all I needed. That was it. Like, can we just end it there? Can we call it there, guys? Like, that was perfect. All right, let's see what we got here. Second half, round one, second half. We got 4. We got Beep Beep. We got Lucky Guy. And we got Anti. So you're telling me that the Antonio team is playing hype as heck characters like Anti forward, Beep Beep, and Sculptor. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Sculptor? Is this Koa 4? I mean, I don't think Antonio was ever like round one in any circumstance, literally ever. So that's way more surprising. Sculptor is like this is a B tier hunter, bro. This is at the very best a B tier hunter. Okay, maybe A- at the very best. But I'd put her B tier, usually. And I think she's not, I honestly think this character is not the worst in like a overtime situation. Because her camp is still pretty decent, her map pressure is still decent. Like, Sculptor can cook. It's just that she's just so outdated. Like, a buff would really actually make her meta again. I'm not even kidding. If they buffed Sculptor like they did with Naiad, like, she could actually see a lot of success. I feel like Sculptor's really hard to balance, though, just because of how, I guess, annoying her statues are to go up against as a survivor, because they just kind of shove you around, and the stumbling animation lasts forever, so you can't use your item when you're stumbling. Regardless, this is shaping up to be one of the weirdest sets of all time. Like, this is a type of set, like, if I look at these, like, hunter picks, especially the hunters, like, the survivors, whatever, the survivors check out. The Hunters, though. The Hunters are so weird. Inso, Trump Card, Blink. That is the standard for Gala. It's going to be Rage, Wanted Order, Mischievous, and Addiction as well. We got Flywheel, Tide Forward, Tide Beep Beep, Cheerleader with Borrowed. We got Barred, Flywheel, Anti, and then Tide Knee Jerk Lucky. Okay, 3 Tide Tenors here. 2 of which can, like, guarantee a rescue by stunning on Cher and the Lucky Guy Flare Gun, unless he hits a freaking statue like a bot. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Hospital Antonio, Hospital Sculptor, bro. Like, what am I, like, South Korea, bro. Like, what can I even say? South Korea is just insane. South Korea is just, honestly, it might be my favorite region to watch, because if there's something that South Korea always does, they never disappoint in terms of entertainment. Whenever you watch South Korea tournaments, bro, you always know it's about to be, oh my gosh. You cannot autopilot like that in tournament, bro. I am sorry. You cannot autopilot like that in tournament. You cannot do that, bro. I am sorry. That was bad. Bro just burned 40% ball because of a mistake. Oh my goodness. Notice how the Sculptor didn't even go for him. She just like swung once and was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll chase somebody else. It's a little easier. It's gonna be Anti. Anti is the ideal chase target here. Interesting. We missed our statue here. All right, we're gonna walk around the palette. That's okay. Okay. All right, Anti. All right, this Anti is really, really smart here. I like the routings. Nice. Interesting. Okay, okay, Anti. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you, Antique Dealer. Okay, she does end up taking a Chillbot. 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 You can't. Wait. Hello? Hello? All right, I don't know what that second one was supposed to do. What am I watching? What am I watching? Like, what am I watching, man? Like, what do I even say about this? What am I watching right now? What is South? What is the South? What am I supposed to be watching right now? I'm gonna send a trailer to come in and rescue? Is that about to see? Cause I don't even know. That's a bot. That's a bot right there. Bot Rhodes. Thank you, lucky guy, for showcasing the bot. Oh, it's over. He's gonna get stuff. He's gonna get stuff. Bots lose. Why you swing? You swap statues. Use the statues. She blocked her old statues as they're gonna hit the ball. That was a pretty good start. Okay. I saw regular gameplay and my voice returned to normal. Never mind, I'm back. What? Wait, we were switching targets? Why? What? Why are we switching targets? Why are we switching? Why are we switching targets? Why are we switching targets, Peter? Peter, why are we switching targets, Peter? Nah, I'm switching targets, Joe. Peter, that's not how you win the Hit Game Identity 5. Ow, me. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Oh my goodness. What the heck is that? What is it? He had a ball? What? How many statues do we? How many? Oh. Don't switch targets, bro. Just tunnel. Just tunnel. Drop down. Oh my goodness. Drop down hit. No flywheel like we saw before. I need to calm down. I think I've realized that I just need to calm down. Why did he ball? Wait, is he dead on chair? I thought it was before half. Why did he ball? The Cypher is gonna be primed! Bro, just have Beep Beep rescue! Beep Beep go! Beep Beep rescue! Oh wait, this Cypher don't have normal. Oh, I see. Well, we have to sell now. It's funny that they have 7 Cyphers and they're like, I'm gonna abnormal this one that's at 80, and they have one at 20 and yet another one at 20. It's like, yeah, actually, Sculptor, we actually have so much Cypher progress that even if you have normal, it doesn't do anything. And now you have no teleport, so you can't win. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, kill a bot, bro. Yeah. Bye, bot. See ya. Lucky guy. With double elbow pad? Now he's mercenary. His name is Wasabi. That's so funny, actually. He got hit with the... Oh. Watch out, lucky guy. What was that pad? Why did you pad there? She wasn't even close. What? Why did you pad? There was no reason. Why are we... Oh, dear. Just eating statues now, bro. All right, so what they need to... Yeah, they need to reset. The problem is, like, the cheerleader should have been hiding. When you're in a situation like this... Okay. When you're in a situation like this, where you need 2 people to hide, the best thing... Or sorry, when you need 2 people to heal, the best thing you can do is not work on a Cypher and instead hide near the Hunter. That's the best thing you can do. That way you don't have to burn resources. We're gonna drop. We're gonna go for the ante. What the heck is going on? Statues. One singular pair of them, apparently. We still... Dang, why does she have so many statues? What the... Did she just use all of them? Hope your statues recharge like crazy, bro. What the heck? Oh my... Flywheel? Okay, you're cutting back into this area, Antique. Do you like this area that much? Nice flute usage. Okay, we like it. We like it. Just vault. Don't think. Just vault. Stop thinking. Just vault. Yo, my fault, Auntie. My fault. That's on me. I told you to stop thinking and vault it. Look what happened. Cheerleader, stop taking. Get off the Cypher. You're injured. Do not work on a Cypher machine if you are injured. That is not how you. That is not how you identity V. That is not how you identify by. I need to stop. I think the Antonio really just broke my brain, and then the Sculptor pick is not helping. It's gonna be Basin again. Shoot! Pew pew! Well, here's the plan. Lucky guy's gonna rescue. He's gonna shoot the gun, and then they're gonna leave the basement. And that's a little early. That's a little early. Elbow pad, nice pad, okay. We're just gonna spam statues until he inevitably misses the gun. Oh. Yeah, I guess this works too. Drop down hit. What the? Help your antique dealer, pal! Help your antique dealer! Lucky guy! Lucky guy! Lucky guy! Why are you not shooting the? Shoot the gun. Use the gun. Oh. Yeah, yo, what the heck? Yo, bro, just shoot the gun. Let the ante walk out. I mean, you're in Basin and there's no TP, so it's a tie. But even then, bro, just like use the gun. I don't know, bro. Well, it's a tie on Hospital. Who could have seen that coming? Wow. How the heck did Antonio perform better? An objectively worse Hunter? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Truly, I have seen things today. Oh my gosh, bro. Round 2. What? Toy Merchant? On Church? I mean, that's not the strongest, but I guess after the... Actually, you know what? Maybe I need to shut up. Toy Merchant's not that bad on this map. Not as she is OP on 2 stories, but we got a Faro Lady. Hey, Faro Lady. South Korea Faro Lady. Can we just like rename South Korea to Faro Lady? Like Faro Lady region, bro? Like instead of just being South Korea region, it's just like the region that loves Faro Lady. They really do love Faro Lady, bro. I'm telling you. South Korea loves Faro Lady. Like the reason why I always say that is because like they played her when she was garbage. They played her before all of her buffs, and we were like it was consistent. Like the meta, I don't know if it's just the meta or what, but South Korea, they love their Faro Ladies, bro. They really do. This is a weird team. Grave, Archer, Faro, Toy Merchant. What kind of rank looking team is this, bro? Oh man, this set is goofy. At least we got a Hunter that's like expected to come out in tournaments with the gosh darn Cueist. No more freaking Antonios and Sculptors. Oh man, alright. Looks like the Cueist is rocking the exact same Cueist build every Cueist uses. We got Tide borrowed on the Toy Merchant and the Grave, Full Kite Pharaoh, and Flywheel borrowed Archer. This is very, very standard out here. Very, very standard across the entire team here. We'll see. This will be interesting. Farlady, I do believe, is actually pretty decent into Cueist. Well, somewhat. I honestly think the matchup might be 50-50. Because she can deal with the cue ball, but the thing is the giant charge attack hitbox can really hurt Pharaoh. Because if you just see like a good amount of area that she could potentially be in, you just like charge attack and then you just spin in a circle with Cueist and it's probably gonna hit. So I don't know. It can be pretty tough to dodge hitboxes as a Farlady into Cueist, that's for sure. But being able to dodge the cue ball can be really strong, and then also just the gimmick not gimmick ability, but the stealing Cypher progress is pretty solid. Now, Archer is quite good into Cueist as well, both in terms of kiting and harassment. So it looks like we're going to be opting to chase the Gravekeeper here instead to get rid of the rescue potential. Yeah, to get rid of the rescue potential every single time, because that will be a hit. Pretty early hit, mind you. Pretty early hit onto this Grave. But the Toy Merchant is going to have to be the main rescuer here now, which will be able to give a decoy. Not a bad item to get into a Cueist, honestly, because you can dodge one cue ball with that. Or at least at the very best, delay it. Or put yourself in a position where you can do it later. What the heck? Okay. We're going to explode out of the shovel. Let's see here. Now we have cue ball. Oh, pew, 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 pew. Oh, okay. Are we going to pew-pew? We are going to pew-pew. Does it really do anything? Not particularly. I actually don't think it's worth arrowing there. Because the thing is, the Cueist can catch up very, very fast. And he's going to lock down... Oh, mistake. Don't blink. Don't blink, please. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. So Grave is actually going to be able to get to Graveyard here. Hops inside of this gosh darn shovel. Oh, look at that speed boost. Look at that speed boost. Okay, he needs to try to force blink, but he's probably going to die to the cue ball. Let's see here. Cue ball. Okay, well, I mean, cue ball was used, but now we can use this cue ball extension to lock down that Cypher, and it will not be able to pop in time, I believe. And now the Toy Merchant has to rescue. Her Cypher is going to be reduced twice, which is pretty good for this Cueist. Pretty good for this Cueist indeed. Let's see, we should have a catapult, right? Catapult. Let's see here. We're considering it, and he's considering it. Caca! Whee! Now don't get cue-balled. Don't get cue-balled, this is buff Cueist! Zoinks! Hi! Bye. This is why we go early versus Cueist when he isn't, well, what's the word? When he isn't at break the catapult. Nice. Yeah, this is why when it's pre-nerf Cueist, this is why we go in super early versus Cueist. We go in pretty early. He just blinks. He's like, yeah, we'll just take care of that. We'll just take care of that. All right, cue ball. Archer can't do any. Well, actually, she may be able to. No, it's too far. It's too far. Yeah, it is simply too far. Okay, well, this is looking quite good for the Cueist, honestly. Quite good, because the Toy Merchant kind of gummed up that rescue, that's for sure. But we do still have Tide on the Toy Merchant. This Cypher is probably going to get reduced against this Toy Merchant being forced off of it. With the Tide Tender, she's not going to be able to kite for very long. Bonk right there. I think the Archer's going to have to move in back toward the Graveyard Cypher. Somebody needs to finish that up before the Cueist starts locking it down here once more. Catapult. Whoa! That was so late! Hello? No, Toy Merchant. Hello? My goodness. Alright, well, now that he's burned out both resources from the Toy Merchant, he realizes there's no point in ever chasing her anymore, because it's like, okay, that's a no-resource character. He's going to try to lock down that Cypher, but it's not going to matter. Yep, that actually does end up burning out quite a few of his contact points. That Cypher is basically already done. Now, Farlady's on the final Cypher. He's going to have to go for the Farlady here. This is where things get a little bit difficult for the Cueist, because the Oh, he messed up. There we go. Okay. Because Farlady still has her gimmick abilities. And he can't really use the cue ball on her for the next little while. But he's going to allow them to... I don't know what the... Okay, what kind of false trail is that? Let me use the false trail into the freaking wall. I don't know if I really agree with that. Okay, gimmick ability is gone, so now we can use the cue ball. Cypher is at 60. But Farlady has no borrow. No borrow, but she should be able to live long enough. She should be able to live long enough here. This pallet is gone, of course. Really early flywheel. I'm sorry, that was way too early, Miss Gimmick. That was way, way too early from our gimmick pal. We're gonna actually head on over to DJ, the toy merchant. Question is, do we make it in time? We have one contact point to just barely be able to make it, and we cannot finish the cipher. No, we cannot. We actually probably could have. Yeah, we actually probably could have finished it. I'm not gonna lie. That should be a hit. Yup. Yeah, we actually could have finished it. I'm actually sure. I'm actually almost certain that we could have finished that cipher. Although it looks like he did miss it. Yeah, he did miss it, unfortunately. So we can't reduce it here. Well, the gimmick lady on the other side of the map is decoding very, very fast, and she's gonna steal a little bit of cipher progress here. Let's see. Archer. Are we chilling? He's gonna lock the Farlady. Farl, just a code. What? Just a code? Yeah. You're gonna get locked. You know this. What the? Just steal from the. Oh my gosh! Don't do that, bro. Please. You scared me. That was so scary. Blink. Cue ball. You dead. You're dead. What the? Cue ball. And guaranteed hit. Nice. Archer, why are you not on the... Archer, why are you not on the cipher? Archer. Get on the cipher! He doesn't have the cue balls to... Oh, this is tricky. Archer. He thinks... Does he know? This is tricky. This is kind of tricky, bro. This is kind of tricky, cue ball. Hey. She flywheel to avoid that. That's crazy. Okay. Hey. 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 Pop. Get it! Get it! Get it! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! He has blink. He has cue ball. He's got every. Oh, she tried to blink predict, but unfortunately not fast enough. They got one. You like my new rap song? BTG is gonna get yet another 3 kill here for round 2. This set. Oh man, I feel like I've either lost or gained an entire year on my lifespan after watching this set, and we're only on round 2. We're only on round 2, bro. All right, round 2, second half. We're looking at a Pumbaa, a Pirate Gardener, a Big Hat Lantern, and an Archer. A Bryn. Against what? What am I about to see? What am I about to see, bro? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What am I? Oh, I can't. What am I? Yo, Clerk. I mean, the Clerk got a 4 kill earlier, right? I don't even remember. I feel like my entire mind has been wiped by watching this set. I genuinely feel like the Men in Black have hit me with the... I have no memory. Is this bad? Am I okay? Am I safe? Am I in a safe place? Okay. Let's just look at the maps. These spawns kind of check out, but for me personally, I would go top left here probably. Yeah, I'd probably go top left. Or top right. I don't really feel like going middle here is that helpful. Yeah, because then you just get access to Church Loop, and I guess you kind of push everybody toward the top. But the problem is there's a Pumbaa, and you're just not going to chase that, so it just doesn't work, because Pumbaa can you can just kind of rotate to Graveyard. Or middle, even, if there's double middle. We'll see. Yeah, that's only if they have Cypher layout number 3 on this map, that is specifically. All right, it's gonna be Tide Knee-Jerk on the Gardener, Flywheel Tide on the Pumbaa, Borrowed Knee-Jerk on the Lantern, then Borrowed Flywheel on the Archer. With Detention, Trump Card, Excitement, Clerk, Rage, Berserker, Mischievous, and Addiction. And there goes my shower. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. I mean, you know what? If Clerk has to come out in this set, so be it, bro. So be it. I truly do feel that I've seen it all, and that nothing can surprise me anymore in this one single set. So you know what? At this point, let it happen, bro. At this point, start playing Thief or Little Girl with like Tide. Honestly, like, can we get like a Tide Thief from South Korea, guys? Like, if any reason gonna go Tide Thief, it's gonna be South Korea. It's gonna be South Korea, bro, because they are the most unconventional, wacky build. I mean, they went Tide Faro. Like, okay, Lantern, the classic Lanternist move, you know, go for the cheeky palette stun. Can't get the recordings off. I mean, that's pretty solid. We do have a palette break recording here, of course. Lantern's just gonna go pretending to. Oh. We're gonna be swapping targets here, looking down for that Hunter's Instinct speed boost. Although we're after the Gardener who still has her bubble here, mind you, for the next 8 seconds. Gonna be walking to the Pumbaa. Interesting. To the Pumbaa, I see. To the Pumbaa. Well, we're cutting on each other's ciphers, which I don't know if I like. Why are we going to this palette? Oh, nice palette stun. No excitement really necessary here, because we do, I guess, have some addiction to deal with it. Another one. Oh, she's scared now. Clerk is scared now, bro. That's for sure. Let's see. Nice try. All right, we'll lock the Wildling off here a little bit. Somebody started 91? What the heck? That's crazy. All right. Vault and a vault and a vault and a vault. Oh, we do not have a blink, though. It's going to be excitement. It is going to be excitement. The Pumbaa! That hit? Yo, Pumbaa, bro. What's going on? Yo, Pumbaa, bro. Yo. Hit him with the. Sandbagging. She met the Clerk. Yo. Yo, Pumbaa. Yo, hit. Yo, Pumbaa. Yo. Hit him with the. Hit him. Hit him with the. Hit him with it. Now, Pumbaa. Pumbaa. What are we Pumbaaing, bro? There goes the shower, bro. What is going on? What am I witnessing right now? Why does he vault so fast? He flywheeled the. Did you think she was gonna blink? Even though the Gardener could have said, yeah, she doesn't have blink because she could have blinked me 20 times. Oh my gosh, he's dead. The problem is now you're chasing a Pumbaa who has infinite rebound. Oh my goodness. And they healed the Gardener, who can guarantee a rescue, maybe body block. And then Pumbaa gets on his Pumbaa, and then what do you do? As a Clerk, that's 30 seconds to free kite. Oh my goodness, bro. What do you do? Besides lockdown ciphers, what do you do? She's gonna smack the Gardener, and then Pumbaa gets on his Pumbaa, and then what? You go for the you switch targets! Oh my goodness, bro. Are we doing this again? Pumbaa, please don't do this again, bro. Please, Pumbaa, please, bro. Please, bro. Pumbaa, the speed boost from the Gardener. The speed boost. She's dead. I'm pretty sure she's dead here. Never mind, Clerk messed up. Oi. No, okay, nice try. Are they healing Pumbaa? They're healing Pumbaa. Oh my goodness. They're healing Pumbaa. Is Pumbaa gonna rescue? I think Pumbaa's gonna rescue. But the thing is, you can't tunnel the Pumbaa, because guess what he's gonna do if you tunnel the Pumbaa? He's just gonna get on his Pumbaa again. And they only need 1 cipher, so they can do 2 ciphers. Not to mention they have a harasser. I mean, the excitement is still up. Oh my goodness, bro. I think it's gonna go to BTG at this point. Unless Pumbaa wants to get Terra Shock. Yo, Pumbaa, get Terra Shock real quick. Yo, Pumbaa, please get Terra Shock, bro. Please get Terra Shock, bro. Oh, wow. All right, well, we farmed the Gardener. I think we're gonna wait a little while, and then we're gonna get on Pumbaa to try to harass. I think that's the strat here. Let's see. Pumbaa. You gonna come harass, bro? Pumbaa. He's getting on his Pumbaa, bro. He's getting on his Pumbaa. Yup. Out in the open, straight and ready for that Pumbaa. He's gonna go for some swings. Well, now they know it's excitement, but now she has no trait for a while. Can they please work on the cipher? Oh, the surely Lanternist. Surely Lanternist ability, right? Surely I think it's gonna to like 60, right? Lanternist. Okay, it is like 60. All right, I see. She has no scripts. Oh, I need this pellet gone, bro. I need this pellet gone, bro. All right. All right. All right, Archer. I don't know what the cipher's at, but I'm gonna assume it's pretty far along. Okay, okay. Pew pew. Not too shabby now. Is it primed? Is it still 67%? What the? Yo, Lantinus is crazy. Pop. Just pop. Just freaking pop. Like pop the cipher, man. I like Scoob. Like pop the cipher, man. Yo, like Pumbaa. I like don't. But where are you going, Clerk? I like at least get one, man. I like at least get one. You gotta get one kill here, man. I mean, you actually need a 3 kill. Why are you chasing the Archer, man? She's got items, man. Why are we not chasing the Gardener? Why are we chasing the one with items? Clerk! Get up! Get up, Clerk! Use Swat to blink! Kill her! Yo, Archer. Archer gameplay, bro. Archer gaming. Archer gaming. Vault it! Whoa! That's kind of cool. Ow. Oh, TP Clerk! The Pumbaa! The Pumbaa! She's scared of pallets. The Pumbaa! 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 Hakuna Matata! Oh my goodness. She gets 1, maybe? Wait, Pumbaa's not dead on chair, right? No, Pumbaa, but this is Pumbaa's second. Oh. There's only a second chair. Clerk! Do something! She cast a camp, the Pumbaa! She has to camp him. The lantern. No, it doesn't matter. The lantern gets to, she has to 3 kill. She has to 3 kill, so it literally doesn't matter. She's gonna run out of detention. Get a detention swing, Clerk. Detention. No, but you can't because you have to lock the gate. You have to lock the gate. Okay, they get 6 seconds to work on it here. 2, 1. Look at it. Oh, they got locked. They got locked. They got locked. They got Lockerino'd. They got Lockerino'd, man. Gardener, is your bubble ready? How does she still have the scripts for this? This is what I'm saying. How the heck does she have the... Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hey, Clerk, do you have the attention swing? Uh-oh. That's not good. Hey, Clerk, I think you're gonna get 3 escapes. Clerk. Clerk. Clerk! It's over, bro. Matru salt! That is some Matru salt in the wound, bro. Oh my gosh. What kind of set was that, man? I feel like the last set was kind of normal. Okay, not really. It is a little weird. Hermit, Nightmare. But this one, bro, this one takes the cake. This one truly takes the cake, bro. Oh my goodness. I need to leave. I need to reset before I come back and watch day 2 South Korea because the team that played Antonio is going to day 2. So if I see another Antonio, I might lose it. So I'm gonna leave it there. I need to reset before I watch more South Korea because I might explode. I genuinely might explode. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will see you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And let's pray that South Korea day 2 is just as insane, I guess, because this region is just pure entertainment, but also my brain is fried. All right, before I explode, bye.